Salut tout le monde et bienvenue pour une nouvelle vidéo sur WhoGotNext. Il y a 2 semaines maintenant, l'université de Duke est venue à Paris pour jouer son premier match de saison régulière face à Baylor. J'ai alors sauté sur l'occasion pour faire quelques demandes et j'ai pu m'entretenir pendant une quinzaine de minutes avec la coach de Duke, Kara Lawson, qui est également la coach de Team USA. Je voudrais donc remercier chaleureusement la fac de Duke et en particulier Jalen, qui est l'assistant directeur de la communication là-bas, et bien sûr Kara Lawson, qui a été ultra gentil et accessible pendant l'interview. Donc franchement merci, sans vous ça n'aurait pas été possible. Avant de vous laisser avec l'interview, n'hésitez pas à liker la vidéo et à vous abonner si c'est toujours pas fait, mais également à me dire dans les commentaires si ce type de contenu vous plaît, que ce soit des joueuses, des coachs ou du personnel gravitant autour du basket féminin. Dites-moi et moi j'essaierai de voir ce que je peux faire pour essayer d'avoir le plus d'interviews possible. Allez, sans plus tarder, je vous laisse avec l'interview. On se retrouve très vite. Peace out. How you doing?
I'm excited to be in Paris.
Yeah.
What a wonderful city. My first time to Paris was last year at the Paris Olympics.
Yeah.
I spent 3 weeks here in the city, and what a wonderful event. And so to be back is a little bit nostalgic. Obviously, have some good memories being here and being with Team USA competing. And now excited to be here with my Duke team.
Yeah, and you left with a gold medal last time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. You guys had an amazing season last year, winning the ACC title, going to the Elite Eight. You were the underdogs most of the time, I think. And I wanted to ask you, like, you've made Duke one of the best defensive-minded program in the country. How do you do that? Like, how do you build such a culture in a program?
It starts with who you recruit. It always starts with players.
Yeah.
Finding players that are tough-minded, they're competitive, that want to win. And if you can find that, then they understand that defense is an important part of the game. Offense, I know, is much flashier and much more exciting, but defense is what helps you win. So we find the right players. Then once we do that, I have a great staff, coaching staff. Head coaches get too much credit. The assistant coaches do a lot of work, a lot of teaching one-on-one with our players to teach them the skill of defense, the schemes, teach them to understand and interpret what the offense is trying to do, and then be able to defeat that. That comes from, good defense comes from good players and good assistant coaches.
Yeah, I feel that. I used to study in the US at Troy, so I've been around like coaching staffs and stuff, and I know that most of the time we don't talk about the assistants, but they're a huge part in team success. How do you, like, talking about that discipline and that mindset you were talking about, for the players that don't have it right away and that are still coming to Duke, how do you find the balance to ask them to be disciplined, but still allow them to be themselves on the court?
It's a process. You can't expect a player in one day to change habits.
Yeah.
Think about yourself. When you've tried to change a habit, maybe you have a bad habit, maybe you eat too much junk food. You try to change that in one day, it won't happen. It takes time.
Yeah.
So being mindful of that it takes time. They're going to have some good days. They're going to have some days they mess up. It's important that I stay consistent with them, and it's important that I keep the standard where it is. So in our program, they have to work hard. That's the standard. If they're not working hard, they know that I'm going to tell them to work harder. If they are working hard, leave them alone. Everyone knows that, and everyone's held to that same standard. So now when they're below that, we try to challenge them to reach the level that we know that they can.
Okay. After the success you had last year, how do you find, like, I know for you it's easy, like you've been a player, but for your players, how can you teach them to still be competitive? Like, it's not enough. We've not done enough yet. We need to go further. Like, how do you do that?
Well, every team is a new team. There's players on this team that haven't won an ACC championship. So they're very motivated to win one. They didn't get last year's. They want one this year. So there's always a new team and a new feel. We're mostly motivated by trying to figure out how good we can be than we are result.
Okay.
So we don't look at this year and say, if we don't get as far as last year, it's a failure. I think that's just too simplistic of a way to look at a season, to say, oh, it was good or bad.
Yeah.
Because the season has so many more layers. It's very textured. There's peaks, there's valleys, there's a lot that happens. I measure by how are we growing through the course of the year. Individually, are the players growing? And as a team, are we growing? And then are we able to peak at the right time and play our best basketball in the tournament? That's the goal.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we look at and what we focus on.
I feel that. Women's basketball has been growing a lot, like lately. What's been the most exciting part for you about that?
The exciting part about the growth of women's basketball for me is watching how it impacts my players. Their stars are rising.
Yeah.
They're getting more attention, more compensation, more opportunity, and that's great to see. As a coach that played in college 25 years ago, to see where the game has gotten to is exciting and makes me really happy. That's my favorite part of the growth of the game, is to see the young women in my program reach their potential and fulfill their dreams that they had as a young player.
I wanted to ask you, since we're in Paris, I wanted to talk about the international side of basketball. Do you, like, the NCAA is becoming really attractive to foreign players like European. I know we have like 38 French players in the NCAAs this season. How do you feel about that? And how, like, do you prepare differently when you're coaching a foreign player or when you're coaching against like a team with great foreign players? Because we don't have the same formation as you guys in the US.
I don't think I prepare any differently. I think basketball is basketball. I think the foreign influence in our game is awesome. I think some of the best basketball is played in international gyms all over the world. There's great coaches, there's great teachers, there's great players. And anytime our university system can benefit by having more talent in it, it doesn't matter where it's from. We think it's a great thing. So we have players from multiple countries on our team. We have had that since I've been the coach at Duke. We recruit all over. We would love to have some French players on our team.
I know some if you want some.
Yeah, we would love to have some. I haven't coached a French player yet at Duke. I did coach a French player with the Celtics. Yeah. Vincent Poirier. Mm-hmm. So I have some experience coaching French player, but and also Gershon Yabusele was on our team in camp that year as well. So two really good young men. But yeah, I think we're definitely looking for players. It doesn't matter the country that they're from. We want to be successful and we want to have a diverse roster. So right now we have players from 3 countries on our team.
For a long time, a lot of people have been saying that the US player women were more dominant on the athletic side of the game, and European players were like fundamentals. How do you feel about that? Do you think that it was true at time, and now that the gap is closing?
I think there's a full spectrum of players, like all over the world. So I think it's unfair to stereotype a player from any country and say, well, those players are all athletes and no skill, and these players are all skill and no athletes. I think in the U.S., we're fortunate to have players with high level of skill and high level athleticism. But we're not the only country that has that. France has players with high level of skill, high level athleticism. Australia has players with high level skill. Belgium has players with high level skill. Spain has players. I think you're seeing a lot of players all over the world that have those qualities. Yeah. And you're seeing teams that have a mix of those qualities. So it's very, I can't remember the last time I watched a team and said, oh, there's only athletes on this team. Yeah. Or there's only skill players on this team. It's usually a mix of both. And I think to be a great team in this era of women's basketball, you must have both to win.
This summer you became the head coach with Team USA. You're still a young coach, like it's been 5 years at Duke. You had a year with the Celtics right before that, and you coached 3-on-3. Was that the natural next step for you, or did you have any doubts before you accepted the offer?
No doubts. Something that I've looked forward to for a long time. It's something I prepared for a long time. I think my experience as a player in the national team counts for a lot, especially when you're coaching other national team players. Obviously, coaching in 2 Olympics before, being named to this position as a head coach in 3x3 in 2021 in Tokyo, and then as an assistant coach in Paris. So the different experiences that I've had, I felt really confident, but ultimately it's the federation's decision, of who they're going to select. They could have selected me, they could have selected someone else. I would have been happy for another person if they got that opportunity, and maybe hope the next time I get a chance. But I know I'm prepared and I know I'm ready to lead this team, and looking forward to putting together a great staff. As I shared with you earlier in this interview, defense is about players and assistant coaches. And so winning is also about those things as well. So now we have to assemble a team of really good players, and we have to assemble a team of really good assistant coaches to put us in the best position to win tournaments.
You kind of already had that experience with this summer. It was college players against professional teams.
Yeah, America, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you manage that? Like, how did you, teach your players how to adjust to that level, knowing that there were only 20 for most of them?
Yeah. Well, I was lucky to have high-level players. They were young, but they were talented, and they were competitive, and they wanted to show that they could play with the professional level players. So it started with that. They just were hungry. They wanted to win, and they were very smart. We had to put in a system in 10 days. That's all we had before the tournament started. So you had to have players that could learn something new quickly. And then you had to have players that could learn how to play with each other quickly. We had 12 players from 12 different universities. So they don't play together normally. I'm so proud of them, of what they were able to do that in 10 days, and then to play very, very well in the medal round, to win the gold medal was just a great thrill to be their coach.
I wanted to end on a more lightful note.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a coach and you had to pick your starting 5, but only with international players, who would that be?
Oh, this is very difficult.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I know my first 2 picks are Miesman and Malonga.
Okay.
Yes. Both very good. Very, very good. Oh gosh. I don't know past. There's so many good players.
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot. On that one.
Yeah. If I'd have to think about it, but those 2 would be on my on my team for sure.
Okay.
I think Miesman has consistently been one of the best players in the world.
In my opinion, she's the best European player ever.
Yeah.
So.
You would know that better than me, but
Yeah.
but I played with her. Did you know this?
Yeah.
I played with her for 2 years, and as a young player, she was very young, and she was very, very good, very skilled, very smart, athletic, intuitive. She's special.
She played with boys.
She does. Yeah. She does. And Malonga, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's coming. There's a lot already there, but you can see that the dominance is coming. I'm sure. I don't want to say any more because those 2 I know for sure. But there's a lot of good guards, obviously, around the world that play. And we see them. We see them a lot.
Yeah.
We see them in the tournaments, whether it's AmeriCup or whether it's World Cup or Olympics. That it's very challenging to win, and it's great, isn't it? The competition is great. It's so great.
Exciting. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's been an honor.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.